你好, welcome to So Easy Chinese, where you will learn Chinese in an easy and fun way. So today we are going to learn what languages can you speak, as you can see. So when we talk about this topic, have you ever thought about what are the most spoken languages in the world? So let's see. 英语 with 1,132 million speakers. 普通话 with 1,117 million speakers. 印地语 with 615 million speakers. 西班牙语 534 million speakers. 法语 280 million speakers. 阿拉伯语 274 million speakers. 孟加拉语 265 million speakers. 俄语 258 million speakers. 葡萄牙语 234 million speakers. 印尼语 with 198 million speakers. So those 10 are the 10 most spoken language. And then we will also learn 泰语、日语、韩语、意大利语和德语. Let's quickly get started. In our previous lessons, we learned about country names. Okay, we will also review today. So we can do a very brief review from here. 中国，中国人会说汉语、普通话。Okay, 美国、英国、澳大利亚、南非，他们会说英语。加拿大、法国、中非，他们会说法语。俄罗斯说俄语。So, if you want to ask people what languages can you speak, we will say 你会说什么语言? So here's a pinyin and here's a Chinese, okay? Please make sure you have a notebook and pencil. Feel free to pause the video when you need to take notes, okay? So please write down this sentence because that's how we ask people. 你会说什么语言?你会说什么语言？你 means you. 会 you able to. 说 speak. 什么 what. 语言 language. You can speak what language? 你会说什么语言？你会说什么语言？ To answer this question, you will say, I able to speak. 我会说。我 means I. 会 able to. 说 speak. 我会说 and you put whatever language you speak behind. 我会说. Alright, so let's learn a list of languages, okay? First one we're going to learn is 英语, 英语. I give you the stroke order so you know how to write the Chinese characters properly. And then here is pinyin where you can pronounce them. Say after me, please. 英语, 英语. So right here, I also want to let you know how do we say the country name, people from the place, and then the language they speak, and then the sentences right here, okay? So the country will be 英国. 国 means country. You're going to see a lot in many of the countries we're going to learn, okay? We'll practice. 英国, 英国. People from England, we say 英国人. Simply, you put the 人 behind the country name. 英国人. How? To say the language, we say 英语. 语, this character 语 means spoken language. You put them behind the country name, okay? 英语, 英语. So I can say 英国人会说英语. What does that mean? 英国人会说英语. People from England, they are able to speak English. Alright, how do we say English? 英语, 英语. Next, we're going to learn 法语. Say after me, please. 法语, 法语. 法 by themselves means law. What kind of lawful country? Okay? 法语. How do we say French? France, the country. We say 法国, 法国. The people from France, we say French. We say 法国人,法国人. How do we say the language? We say 法语,法语. How do we say French people speak French? You say 法国人会说法语。法国人会说法语。All right, how do we say French? We say 法语，法语。好，下一个德语 German. Okay, how do we say the country? 德国，德国。How do we say the people from the country? We say 德国人，德国人。And then say the language. We say 德语，德语。How do you say German German people can speak German. You say 德国人会说德语，德国人会说德语。Okay, 很好。How do you say German? 德语。All right. 俄语, that's what we're coming next. So this one, the pinyin, okay, is very different from English. Okay, so please pay extra attention. 俄语, 俄语. So 俄语 obviously is Russian, but how do we say Russia, the country? There's two different ways to say that. You can say 俄国, simply put 国, 国 means country behind, 俄国, or we can say 俄罗斯, 俄罗斯, two different way, okay? People say either one. 俄国, 俄罗斯, 俄罗斯. How do we say Russian, the people from the country? We say 俄国人, 俄国人. You add a 人 at the end. How do we say the language? We say 俄语, 俄语. How do you say Russian people speak? Russia, Russian. How do you say Russian people speak Russian? You say 俄国人会说俄语。Please practice with me. 俄国人会说俄语。All right, how do you say Russian? 俄语。Next, how do we say Thai? We say 泰语. Sounds just like Thai, right? That's how you remember then. 泰语，泰语。How do we say Thailand, the country? We say 泰国，泰国。我喜欢泰国。People from Thailand, we say Thai. We say 泰国人，泰国人。How do we say the language? We say 泰语，泰语。How do we say Thai people can speak Thai? We will say 泰国人会说泰语，泰国人会说泰语。How do we say Thai? 泰语，很好。All right, Japanese, 日语，日语。好。How do we say the country name? We say 日本，日本 Japan, 日本. That sounds like it, right? 日本. How do you say Japanese, the people from the country? We say 日本人，日本人. How do we say the language people speak? We say 日语，日语. How do you say Japanese people can speak Japanese? You will say 日本人会说日语。日本人会说日语。How do we say Japanese? 日语，日语。All right. 印地语 we call it Hindi, okay? How can you say after me, please? 印地语 Feel free to use the stroke order, okay, to write them down. 印地语 So, how do we say the country India? We say 印度, 印度 for India. How do we say the people from India? We call them Indian. We say 印度人, 印度人. And then how do you say the language? 印地语，印地语。印 we're from Indu, okay, India. Di means land, okay, or Indian, that land, that area. Okay, 语 language. So together we call it Hindi. 印地语. How do you say Indian people speak Hindi? You will say 印度人会说印地语。印度人会说印地语。How do we say Hindi? You say 印地语，印地语。好 ，next one， 印尼语，印尼语。All right, Indonesian. Okay, how do we say the country Indonesia? We will say 印度尼西亚，印度尼西亚，印度尼西亚。Okay, very nice. How do we say the people from Indonesia? We call them Indonesian. We will say 印尼人. So because Indonesia is kind of long, so we kind of just use two characters to make it shorter. We call it 印尼人. And the language Indonesian, we will say 印尼语，印尼语. So how do we say Indonesian speak Indonesian? We will say 印尼人会说印尼语. All right, how do we say Indonesian? We will say 印尼语，印尼语。All right, 西班牙语 Spanish, 西班牙语。All right, here I want to think about it. If you know 西班牙语 means Spanish, so what country is that? 西班牙. What country is this? 西班牙, yes, means Spain. Okay, very nice. 西班牙. How do we say people from Spain? We call them Spanish. How do we say that? We say 西班牙人, 西班牙人. How do you say Spanish people, they can speak Spanish? You say 西班牙人会说西班牙语。西班牙人会说西班牙语。You can also say 墨西哥人会说西班牙语。You can also say Mexican people, they can speak Spanish. Okay, 西班牙语，西班牙语。All right, sing. All right, right here for 意大利语，意大利语。So, what does that say? 意大利语 Italian, right? So what country is 意大利? Does it sound like Italy? Yes, it is. 意大利. Italy means Italy. How do we say people from Italy? We say 意大利人. 意大利人, we call them Italian. 意大利人. How do we say Italian people? They can speak Italian. You can say 意大利人会说意大利语。意大利人会说意大利语。How do we say Italian? We say 意大利语。意大利语。好，阿拉伯语 Arabic。阿拉伯语 you already see it so many times. Spoken language, okay? So 阿拉伯 what's 阿拉伯 mean? Arabic, that area, okay? What about people from Arabic? We will say 阿拉伯人，阿拉伯人，阿拉伯语 Arabic， 阿拉伯语 Arabic, okay? 阿拉伯语。All right, 葡萄牙语，葡萄牙语 similar. Can you guess what is 葡萄牙 if you know 葡萄牙语 means Portuguese? 葡萄牙 yes, is a country, Portugal, okay? 好，葡萄牙人 is the people from the country, okay? Portuguese, 葡萄牙人 the language we say 葡萄牙语，葡萄牙语 okay, 很好。How do we say Portuguese? We say 葡萄牙语 okay. All right, last but not least, we're going to learn about Chinese and Mandarin. What are the differences? Okay, so 中文 means Chinese. 汉语 also means Chinese. 华语 means Chinese. And 普通话 is Mandarin. So what's the difference between Chinese and Mandarin? So, in my opinion, I would say any language spoken by Chinese people, we call them Chinese language. However, Mandarin, 普通话, is one type of Chinese, okay, which is also the official language in China, okay. So 普通话. So Mandarin is one type of Chinese. So here are 3 different ways you can say Chinese. You can say 中文, you probably hear it many times. Typically, it's Chinese like second language learners, they learn and refer to, okay, 中文. We also call it 汉语. So what does that mean? 汉, we literally call it Han language. 华语, Hua is a different way to say China. So it literally means Chinese language. So when you want to say Chinese, there's 3 different ways at least. Okay, you can say 中文, 汉语, 华语. 普通话 means Mandarin. Okay, I hope it is clear and you know the difference. Okay, 好. Alright, let me emphasize 语 by itself literally means spoken language. So let's review everything we just learned today. So we learned 英语, 英语, 法语 French, 法语, German, 德语, 德语, 西班牙语 Spanish, 西班牙语, Chinese, 汉语, 中文, 汉语, 中文, Mandarin, 普通话, 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 okay? 好，日语 Japanese, 日语，俄语 Russian, 俄语，意大利语 Italian, 意大利语， Korean, 韩语，韩语。And then Portuguese, 葡萄牙语，葡萄牙语。Arabic, 阿拉伯语，阿拉伯语。Hindi, 印地语，印地语。All right. Indonesian, 印尼语，印尼语。泰语 for Thai, 泰语。And then here I have 3 bonus for you. Okay. 波斯语，波斯语 Persian. Okay. 波斯语。孟加拉语，孟加拉语。孟加拉语 Bengali, 孟加拉语。土耳其语 Turkish, 土耳其语，土耳其语。Okay, all right. How do we ask people what languages can you speak? You say, 你会说什么语言？你会说什么语言？ Can you say it, please? 你会说什么语言？ All right. How do you say a little bit? There's 2 different ways in Chinese. You can say 一点点，点 means a little bit, 一点点。Or you can say 一点儿，一点儿。Link them together. We say 一点儿，一点点 or 一点儿 or 一点儿 together 一点儿。How do you say I can speak a little bit Chinese? You will say 我会说一点点中文。我会说一点点中文。How do you say I can speak a little bit Spanish? You say 我会说一点点西班牙语。我会说一点点西班牙语。How do we say a little bit? You say 一点点 or 一点儿。Okay. All right, here's everything we learned. Let's do a review, huh? How do we ask people, what languages can you speak? You say, 你会说什么语言？ how do you answer? You say 我会说 I'm able to speak. Okay, I am able to speak. 我会说 So this is for me, okay? Alright, tell me what I can say, okay? 好，我会说普通话、英语、一点点日语和一点点西班牙语。Can you guess what language can I speak? Alright. Also right here, we can do a final review for everything we learn, okay? Once you learn all the languages, you can fill the blank and answer people. 你会说什么语言？我会说英语，英语 English，普通话，普通话 Mandarin，中文 Chinese，印地语 Hindi，印地语，西班牙语。西班牙语 Spanish，法语法语 French，阿拉伯语阿拉伯语 Arabic，孟加拉语孟加拉语 So this one is Bengali，俄语俄语 Russian，葡萄牙语葡萄牙语 Portuguese，印尼语印尼语 Okay, this one is Indonesian. We also learned 泰语泰语日语日语 Japanese，韩语韩语 Korean，意大利语意大利语 Italian，德语德语 and German. Alright, 你会说什么语言？I hope this video is helpful for you. 谢谢你，再见。